Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's excellent to have you here as always, and thank you for watching. You're watching the VSO Gun Channel, and I want to remind you really quick to check those subscription notification settings. Make sure that they're set up the way that you want them to be.
And as a post-production insert, Mission First Tactical offers VSO viewers a hefty discount. You can find that information listed over at the affiliates page, and of course, by purchasing things that you are already shopping for anyway and using my code, you generate commissions back to the channel. Thank you very much for helping us out here.
There are some concepts in the Second Amendment industry, as in the commercial wing of the Second Amendment movement, that I find to be utterly cringe. And it's not necessarily that the ideas are bad or the ideas that are inserted into the concepts or make up the concepts are things that we shouldn't be doing. Really what it comes down to often is market implementation. And the one that I find to be super eye-roll city is the GrayMan concept. A really good example of this is you guys have seen the flannels, right? They cost 3 times as a normal like Walmart flannel. But what they are is they've got whatever tactical brand slathered right there on the lapel. It's like a status symbol type thing. And it doesn't actually accomplish what it is that it's supposed to be doing, which is to help you blend. Another really good example of that are those survival bags that are supposed to be GrayMan, but they're covered in MOLLE webbing, external webbing expansion type stuff that is a dead giveaway that is not a regular backpack or whatever. Well, today I have an example of a true GrayMan bag. Mission First Tactical contacted me a couple months ago, several months ago actually, and said, hey Kurt, what would it take for you to buy another backpack? I know that you have all kinds of backpacks. What makes you buy another one? And I say a legit off-body carry backpack that does not scream tactical. I want it to be an actual concealed carry backpack that looks like something that you got at some hippie Gucci store, like think like REI. I want that bag to scream, that guy might be carrying granola bars, definitely not carrying an MP5 in that bag. That's what I want. And for that purpose, we finally have the new bags from Mission First Tactical. Now I got 3 different size bags here. We got what I'm gonna spend the majority of the video on is the normal backpack size, a larger one, and then we got a smaller one that we'll spend a little bit of time on a little bit later in the video. This is like your normal backpack size. We're talking like textbooks and things like that you would carry around. This one is a little bit larger, and that by itself, the larger the bag, the more overt the bag, and therefore more likely to be identified as something other than granola bars and oat milk, right? The other thing I would say is that we have both offerings in laser cut expansion panel and slick. Now I gravitate more towards the slick because, look, I'll just put it like this. Hippies aren't carrying laser cut expansion panels on their backpacks, okay? So this is not GrayMan concept to me, and that's really what I wanted to focus on in today's video. So just know that there is a larger pack, but we're gonna spend the majority of our time on this one right here. So anyway, if we dig into this, the front panel here, high quality zippers that protects them. One of the most important things you can look at on the bag is, did they use the $7 zipper or did they use the $3 zipper? They used the $7 zipper. So if we open this up, we've got a little bit of a asymmetric cut panel here. And inside here, we got oodles of organization. Wow, check that out. We even have a strap in there for tying something down with a aluminum, I'm not gonna call it a D-ring because it's definitely not the shape of a D-ring, but some kind of carabiner there. So that's cool. If we move on to the next pocket, small pocket there for small incidental things, and this looks like it's lined with like the microfiber material for shielding things like smaller devices, camera lenses, and things like that, right? As we would expect. We do have a very subdued, and what I would say acceptable sized logo here. The biggest problem that I have with a lot of the bags, they'll have an overt big logo, or it'll be covered in Velcro on the front, which is another dead giveaway. Hippies do not put patches on their bags. So if you've got a bunch of Velcro on the front of your bag,
that bag is not full of avocado and kale sandwiches.
Right behind there, we have the main pocket. This is important. The bag can open almost completely flat. It still stands up a little bit, but I can access everything in here. So if I had a rifle or something in here, then I can access the thing. I don't have to fish it through an opening that only comes about like this, right? So that's really important, at least in my perspective. And this bag is padded here in the base, and it feels like it's padded in the back there too. And if we continue on to other amenities, we have a really thick drag handle. It looks like a traditional, just kind of like woven nylon drag handle, but it is very thick, and I would say all the stitches. There are so many stitches in that. I'm telling you that you are going to be able to rip the top half of this bag off before that drag handle fails. So that's cool. Looking at the straps themselves, the backpack straps, this is very chunky as far as the padding is concerned. We do have some expansions here for hanging stuff. I think that's all actually okay, because this is a feature that we see on a lot of backpacks for hydration. A lot of the hippy-dippy hiker people, road biking people and stuff like that have gotten with the times and have gone to the hydration packs. So having these on the straps is not a problem for weaving through hydration cords and things like that. It's very commonplace to see that. We do also have a closure there at the front that's fully adjustable for sucking that thing tight to you if that's what you're looking to do in the moment. It's actually a very nice looking closure there. It looks very, very slick, actually. And then of course adjustable, and we have mega pads here in the spots where you get your hot spots, particularly if you carry in anything that's heavy in this bag. So right over each shoulder blade, and then in the lumbar right there. The concealed carry pocket is accessible over either shoulder. So here or here. And inside here is a full stitched soft Velcro side panel. And then in here, I have one of Mission First's holsters that is configured for this. But if we break this apart right here, we can see, maybe.
I originally intended to cover Mission First holster in this video as well, but I've decided that I want to do this video without having an actual firearm in it, so I can use the other rules for YouTube videos without guns in them. Beside the point. It's a cool holster because it is a light-bearing holster that does not lock on the light. A lot of light-bearing holsters do that. So that means that you don't necessarily have to have your light on the gun. Maybe you want to use it for something else, and you're not made of money, and you don't have 100 TLRs laying around. You want to use it for something else. You can still put the pistol in a pinch in that holster and not have to worry about it locking on the light. You'll find that video linked in all the relevant places, and I'll release it simultaneously.
Their suspension system here just uses a normal clip. So if you wanted to put whatever kind of regular holster with a regular clip in there, that will fit right in there, right like that, and you basically run that across. And now you are adapted to Velcro for the purposes of getting it inside of this bag and getting it secured. And then all you need to do is drop that bag off of one shoulder, get into that pocket, and pull that pistol out. I was just going to use the big bag as a reference point for the size of the bags, but look at this giant shipping pillow in here. We had to pop something on camera, right? Let's go to the little guy here. And this one's interesting because this is the like single shoulder bag, so like your Merce replacement. And again, tastefully done as far as like the branding right there. It's designed to be carried over your shoulder, kind of like this. All the padding on the back, right? Small pocket right there, single zipper. Same carry handle that we talked about before with all the stitching. This section right here is like the main compartment with a divider in it. On the inside, that nice microfiber material that's not going to beat up your camera lenses or anything like that. And then here in the front, well, actually we have two more pockets now that we look. We skip the concealed carry pocket. In front of the concealed carry pocket is another major compartment with all kinds of tie downs and a whole bunch of different organizing pockets. Now what's interesting about this is that these are the right size pockets here for rifle magazines. Yeah, totally the right size pockets for rifle size magazines. And then right behind that, we've got that same panel with the same mount for a holster. So that is set up right like that. So there's lots of functionality in this little guy. I actually find myself really liking this little guy for like a quick travel bag than even the backpack. I'm surprised by that. I wasn't originally going to say that it was yeah, so this is dual zipper on this one, single zipper on the concealed carry pocket, and this one's actually dual zipper, but it's got a hidden one here, so it's only got one closure. The idea, I believe, is to have that stage down there, and then it's a single zipper closure if you wanted to, and then of course single zipper closure there. So that is the single shoulder bag.
Anyway, that is the quick synopsis on the new Mission First Tactical ACHRO in all of its glory. If you are interested in these, don't forget to use that affiliate code to great effect. Save yourself some cheddar on them, and thank you for tuning in to the VSO Gun Channel. Hopefully we'll see you in another video here in pretty short order, provided that we don't get censored.